I can't even see with these glasses on. Hello and welcome to Universal Love Law. Today I'm going to be making a video for you all because I love to create content and I have some free time right now. So, first and foremost, I think that it's a lot of amazing things happening in the world. It's a lot to celebrate. It's a lot to be joyful for, grateful for. It's really important to look at our blessings and count them, really count them for what they're worth, because there's always someone less fortunate than us. But I want to talk about discrepancy and I personally am very happy to have this discussion with people because I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about, over the years, watching YouTube rise into this predominant source of viewership, right? We're all subscribing to view people that we attract to, that we have similar minds and think alike, or we're into the same kind of topics, So I know that, it's challenging for us all. I think that sometimes people really get caught up into their feelings when they begin to become a content creator. And it's just like your art. You want someone to respect your art, you know what I'm saying? Or you want them to respectfully agree to disagree. And ultimately, that's what having discrepancy is. It's when you don't agree with another person fully on what they believe, And I am the type of person where I come to the realization that everybody's not going to agree with me. What do I look like? Completely just coming off very low vibrational or very rude to a person that doesn't have the same view or perception as me. What do I look like? I think that a lot of YouTubers do that, and I feel like to a certain degree all things need balance, right? To a certain degree, I understand why people, justify their thoughts and their beliefs. They stand on their beliefs and they believe it in its totality. And I absolutely agree with it. I'm like, okay, whatever floats your boat. If you believe that, you're supposed to stand on it wholeheartedly. I'm a Sagittarius, so I believe is my motto. With a Pisces rising, so my beliefs are very important to me. But at the same time, I feel like you reach a higher peak of integrity, you reach a higher peak of maturity, and you become a true intellect when you're able to agree to disagree, and when you have discrepancy, when you're viewing other people's content. For example, me, when I watch other people's content and I don't agree, I start laughing out loud. I be like, here they go. And I be like, they popping they shit. That's something I say, they popping they shit, because, it's slang, it's the Ebonics where I'm from. But I say, that basically means, here they go, being who they are, right? Being who all they are, and their glitz and their glory. And some things I truly disagree with, to the point where I'm like, I gotta turn this off. And I feel like that's something that comes with the territory of being a content creator. One must truly expect to be disagreed with. You're literally showcasing your ideas, your ideologies on the table for everyone to agree or disagree. And I feel like I resonate with a lot of my subscribers, and a lot of the things that I create, the content that I create, people take to it. And I will always remain true to that, because you gotta always remember where you started, you know what I mean? And I think that that's a lesson for a lot of YouTubers. When it comes to us taking things personal with strangers we don't even know. Like, we don't even really know who these people truly are, you know, in the end of the day. And it's what's really crazy is when you follow someone for so long and you love their content, and then boom, out the blue, they say things that you absolutely are in opposition to, you totally oppose. And so then it gets to this reality that, you know, even the ones that we're super duper close to in our minds, or we really resonate with their words, their teachings, their philosophy, their beliefs, we realize that, whoa, you know, and we're only like, so we're human, right? So sometimes we truly take offense and we interpersonalize everything, and we begin to look at the content creator as our own enemy. And I'm not saying we, because I don't do this, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that. You know, I come whole and complete knowing that there's nobody on this planet Earth that's going to agree with everything I say. I don't care if we are 99% similar. I don't care if we grew up in the same home. I don't care if we grew up with the same roots, the same belief systems. I don't care if we grew up in the same neighborhood. We have the same zodiac sign. There's always going to be something very, very different in the meeting of the minds. And there should be boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know what I'm saying, it's important to have discrepancy. It's important to have your no. It's important to say, I don't agree with you, but that don't make me to the point where I'm not going to deal with you. Now, when a person is starting to completely transform their belief systems, that's when you begin to question their intention from the start. Usually people advance, or over time their channel, their platform grows, and they become more master at what they are teaching and what they're talking about, or their delivery or their speech or their connection to their audience becomes more, you know, mature, you know what I'm saying? And it evolves, right? And so ultimately this is like the hardest pill to swallow as viewers and as content creators, that there's always going to be a clash of the minds. There's always going to be discrepancy. There's always going to be a disagreement. There's always going to be an opposition. So a mature person will walk into the situation, or they would view a person's content without the emotional attachment to others. I feel like that's so important. Like, we should really, really practice on being more objective when we are, you know, observing the people that we love to watch. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is, when people are content creators, they are subjecting themselves to a lot of people who are lower vibrational or just negative, you know? And so if I am being attacked by a lot of negative people in my comments or something, and then this person comes to me and they just challenge my idea, if I'm so used to, like they say, clout chasers or trolls, then I might come off on the wrong person that way. And so I think just having discrepancy in your mind as a content creator is key. It's vital, because we don't know these people. And I always admired content creators that do not respond to negativity, like, at all. Like, they have zero tolerance for it, because it just really shows their level of maturity. Now, I do believe that it gets to them if they read some of the comments, because there are people, completely strangers, that do not really know who they are on an individual level. Like, you don't know who I am on an individual level, or who I am in my personal life. But, you know, people with good discernment can probably imagine that. But I just see how it's very easy for people to be pulled into judging and being hateful, or being argumentative, or being objective, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, honestly, that's what YouTube was created to do. Why do you think there's a like and a dislike button? Why do you think there's comment section? It's literally a platform that is created to attract people that like you and don't like you, agree with you and disagree with you. It's all to build perspective, and it's all to just brighten your horizon and to really allow the individual viewer to really take a stance on their belief systems. And so I think that YouTubers kind of, any content creator, any social media platform, I believe that social media platforms can really get to the mind of a person if they don't know thyself. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know, it's easy for us to get sucked into a combative argument. And, that's why I just strive to remain humble, because sometimes I believe that, like, from my experience, sometimes I'll read a comment the wrong way. Usually I don't respond to negativity. Sometimes I respond with sarcasm, like, you're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? You could have that. I don't know you. I don't know you like to care at all. Like, we're not obligated to care. Content creators are not obligated to care. If they do care, it should be a level to how much they care, or a boundary in which they care. Because if I'm seeing a lot of negative response from the viewers, then, of course that's going to make me question my content, or how am I rubbing off on people. But ultimately, as a person's channel evolve, you begin to really grow an understanding of the mind, because we use these platforms, social media platforms, to really showcase what's going on in our mind. And yeah, so I don't want to keep the video super duper long. I can talk for a long time. I'm about to have to talk for a long time over the phone. The Zoom. So, but yeah, like, I just want people to know, like, when it comes to our beliefs, it's important to stand on our truth and how we feel. But at the same time, we all have a responsibility. We can spew out our beliefs on another person, on their platform, and believe that we are all the way right to do so. And to a certain degree, that's the way these platforms were created. But it requires a level of integrity and maturity for the creator and for the viewer, which I'm also that too, to have that discernment and to agree to disagree. We do not have to agree, but we can agree that we both don't share the same belief when it comes to that, right? And so I think that that's something important for us all to know. But yeah. Before I go, though, I do want to say that, my videos originally started on astrology, because that's what I love to talk about. But I'm also very into metaphysical science. I also have a very objective mind. So I'm on the fence about some things, but some things I stand completely on. Now, when it comes to some conspiracies, I like to talk about this with people. What do you think? I really love those conversations, and I really love to agree with people, and I also love to share how I feel respectfully, without stepping on anybody's toes. But ultimately that kind of happens. And so I think words of encouragement for anyone that has a YouTube channel or is starting a YouTube channel is to just remember who you are when you started, and remember that everybody's not going to agree with you. And as your platform grows, you might lose subscribers based on your belief systems, your opinions. And that's fine, because no one's going to agree with someone 100%. Usually the mature audience will definitely agree to disagree with you and say, I don't believe that, but I still like when you talk about this, so I'll stay subscribed, just to connect with you on that level. But I know that this sometimes you go far out on, right? And I believe mature audiences do that. That's why I think it's very strategic when a person talks only specifically about one thing, because then it doesn't leave room, or it doesn't leave these open gaps for people to slip through. Like, okay, I don't really like when you talk about this. When you have such a broad spectrum of conversation on your channel, you're going to have people kind of slip through the cracks, because nobody's gonna believe your ideas on every level. You know what I mean? And so that's just for anybody that's going to start a channel, or already has a channel. You know what I'm saying? When you are talking about a variety of topics, it's going to be a lot of disagreement. That just comes with the territory. You know what I mean? But I say never lose sight of what you're starting your channel for. Always have integrity. And if you did something or said something, I think it's important for us to have integrity and stand on what we believe. Stand on what we say as content creators. And if we're wrong, we're wrong. It's okay. Like, who's going to get you? The YouTube police? Like, you know what I'm saying? The people in the comments? Like, it doesn't matter in the end of the day. How people feel is how people feel. What people think always evolves. People always evolve to a new plateau, a new horizon. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it just comes with the territory. I feel like people should be super objective when they're viewing content and when they're creating content. Knowing that it's going to be people that disagree. So if you respond to every comment that's a disagreement, you're losing sight of what you truly started out for. You're really going against yourself. You're going against the grain. So just stay true to yourself. But yeah, I hope you guys got something from this video. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.